The Black Sea Fleet's reconnaissance ship, the Ivan Khurs, which repelled a surface drone attack in the Bosporus Strait's waters, will continue its mission after replenishing its supplies, the Russian Defense Ministry said in a statement on Friday. The Ivan Khurs was attacked by 3 Ukrainian unmanned speedboats 140 kilometers northeast of the Bosporus Strait on May 24. The boats were destroyed by the ship's standard weapons. The unmanned boats used in Ukraine's failed attack on the ship of the Russian Black Sea Fleet Ivan Khurs were launched from a naval operations center in Ochakov, opened with U.S. support in 2018. These devices were launched from the Naval Operations Center, opened with the participation of the United States in Ochakov back in 2018. They were controlled using built-in Starlink satellite internet modules received by Kiev from the United States, the source said, adding that target designation for these drone boats was provided by American reconnaissance equipment. The source further indicated that Ukraine has received a batch of new marine drones of Western production for carrying out naval attacks and provocations in the Black Sea. Despite the boasting of Kiev representatives about the use of drones of their own, that is, Ukrainian production, their profile suggests otherwise, the source said. The appearance of Ukrainian Mykola-type naval drones assembled from components supplied to Kiev by NATO does not correspond to the profile of those that attacked the Ivan Khurs. The new drones were likely produced by the United Kingdom, which has extensive experience in the creation and combat use of such systems in various regions of the world ocean, the source said. It was also pointed out that the location of the attack points toward an escalation of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict and the expansion of its geography. The sabotage against the Russian Navy in the exclusive maritime economic zone of Turkey, more than 200 nautical miles from the area of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, is a continuation of the provocative course of the Anglo-Saxons to escalate and expand its geography, the source said. Earlier this week, the Russian Defense Ministry said that Ukraine had unsuccessfully tried to attack the Ivan Khurs, which ensured the safety of the TurkStream and Blue stream gas pipelines, using unmanned boats. The Russian Defense Ministry indicated the foiled attack ended with all of the offending boats being destroyed by the Russian military 140 kilometers, 87 miles, northeast of the Bosporus Strait. On the other hand, in the United States, drone boats, or unmanned surface vessels, form a cornerstone of the Navy's newest strategic agenda. Early last year, the Navy's brand new unmanned squadron received its first vessel prototypes from Ghost Fleet Overlord, the Pentagon's official name for its former program to test and evaluate these new systems. Meanwhile, in the Persian Gulf, the Navy working alongside private industry has been testing Saildron, a small craft that looks like it sounds. But setting aside, for a moment, the point-of-view videos and Ghost Fleet terminology, it's important to balance the exuberant publicity with pragmatism. Academic research indicates that alleged revolutions in military affairs are often overstated. This kind of overstatement has been applied most recently to aerial drones, and some knowledgeable observers are beginning to question over-enthusiastic projections about unmanned surface vessels, as well. Big promises about military technology always deserve skepticism, but especially when they come from arms manufacturers. The Navy, quite judiciously, has encouraged industry competition. But even competing contractors share one interest: convincing the military, Congress, and the public that unmanned vessels are the future. Whether they truly are or whether the hype is clouding awareness of these vessels' vulnerabilities requires evaluation. With their associated techno-military lingo, such as AI, autonomy, distributed force architecture, unmanned surface vessels cut an imposing figure to the non-expert. This gives rise to a hand-waving common with many emerging technologies that implies you just don't get it, trust us. But some limitations of unmanned vessels are more about simple physics and human ethics than about high technology. Ukraine's drone boat attack illustrates these limits. A suicide attack against fixed in-port targets is one of the easiest use cases for pure autonomy. The targets are identified and approved in advance, and they don't move. The travel distance is short, so GPS is unnecessary, and target discrimination is possible with existing image recognition software. And yet, the drones still had visible antennae, suggesting a retained capacity for human control via high-frequency communications or satellite. Off-ship communications for data transmission and receipt, or for external control, are an established cyber attack vector. Encrypted communications provide substantial protection, but pose their own problems, including failures to load cryptographic keys, which interrupt communications, and the danger that, if the vessel is captured, the keys and systems will be compromised. Even without durable, secure communications, reliable access to satellites is critical for rudimentary yet critical weather and position data or for mission updates. Whether constant or intermittent, line of sight and satellite communications are susceptible to electronic and cyber warfare attacks, from jamming to denial of service, flooding, and eavesdropping. At the onset of Russia's invasion, Ukraine's command and control network suffered a successful attack on a private satellite company.